So I just finished sharing a little bit of a clip of Sight to the Blind's podcast, and it was just talking about how in the movie They Lived, how the reason why that fight scene, and I just watched it like about an hour ago, which was insane. 6 minutes of them just fighting, just for the other guy to put on the glasses. He was saying that it illustrates, or what was the word he used? Emphasize. Basically, the whole point, the reason why the fight scene was so long, was to show that how hard it is to wake somebody up. People, sorry, people are willing to fight to stay in the lie. Just as he said in his podcast, like, people are really willing to fight to stay in the lie. It just reminds me of The Matrix with Cypher. Sometimes I think Christians call him, when they refer to that movie, they call him Judas. I was saying that at a time, and then eventually I thought that was his name, but I had to go back and look at it. But anyways, though, just as Cypher, he knew the truth, but he chose to live, or desire to live, in the lie. And then look what happened to him after that. My phone's about to die. But yeah, look what happened to him when he tried to go back. Didn't go as planned. And now that I think about that part, that makes me think now. Those who try to go back into the lie, I'm not gonna think deep on that. Let me just continue on. So my point is that, yeah, it's insane. It's the same thing in the Matrix with Morpheus, saying that people are so inured, so not destined, so, I forget the exact words what Morpheus said, but basically people are so ingrained with this system that they will do anything to protect it, to protect the lie. Just as 2 Thessalonians said, he's going to give people over to a strong delusion because they love the lie. So it really is all up to the Most High at that point. And it's just crazy to me as well that the reason why they like to protect the lie, because I believe deep down inside everyone knows they are living in a lie. But it's just, as Cypher said, ignorance is bliss. And even though they know they're living in a lie, they rather live in it because it's comfortable. They can still be who they want to be, but they know deep down inside, in their Ruach, no matter how much they suppress it, because the Most High said, I will pour out my Ruach, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh. So deep down inside, no matter how quenched they have quenched their spirit and stuff like that, they know the truth to some degree, or they know at least that they're living in some type of falsehood. But because it's just comfortable enough for them that they don't have to change drastically, they rather live in it. Which is why many people don't want to hear the truth, because they probably somewhat in their head believe that if they heard the truth now, that they have to change, or else they'll be judged for it because they knew it, but they didn't choose to change it. I forgot, there was some type of Chinese parables I think someone talked about. I forgot what it was, but it was like, or some monk parable or whatever. I can't really remember it, or what type of thing it was, but it was every religion came up to the monks or something like that, and then they said the Christians talk to them and stuff like that. And they were like, the monks were like, well, if we did not know of this, would we have still been saved? And I think the Christians told them yes. And then the monks said, then why did you tell us this? Knowing that, yeah, I really can't remember it. So sorry on that. Hopefully someone knows what I'm talking about, but I probably made that so confusing. Anyway, though, the whole point of this video is just that family and friends, they are, whether they know it or not, they are still itching on to this system. They are still wanting to be comfortable in this this world that is coming to collapse. And then a new system is to arise, and they're going to try to get comfortable in that. It's just, again, it's unfortunate. And I don't mean to sound like a Debbie Downer all the time making these type of videos, but people really do want to not change. Yes, some people, like, and when I mean change, I mean like change from being who they want to be. Because people do change, but they change because it's for either the bettering of themselves, or at the end of the day, it's about themselves. People will change, like maybe your weight or your job, your living conditions, only to self-improve. Or maybe it's a sacrifice, you know, you're doing it for the sake of your family, your friends, whatever. But at the end of the day, the first command is to love Yahuwah, love God with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength, with all of your being. So not putting him first is still breaking the first command. So we have to just be much more, I need to be much more patient and slower in my approach when it comes to these things, you know, walking in their shoes and coming to the understanding of what level they know him from, and then, you know, building up from that. Because when it comes to my family, they still just see me as when we talk about scripture and stuff like that, they just crack a joke here and there and say, we know it's just, you know, you're a First Testament follower, or we know you're a law holder, or and stuff like that. Like they still believe that, to their minds, they think I am still saying that we will only be saved by the law. But I constantly tell them that that's not the case. We just do it to show who we serve, and to prove that we love him. Because that truly is the only way, by following his commands. Because this is what he asked for us. This is what he commanded us. But anyway, though, all I just wanted to get out was that in these movies, They Live, The Matrix, whatever other ones that wake people up or try to wake people up, it's just showing you those who are being called to wake up, and then those who, you know, they are being wakened up but choose to go back into the lie. I will say, though, from my own testimony, I have had those cipher moments. I don't know if anyone else has, but yeah, it's not fun. You know, you want to go back into the world. It's a little more comforting and stuff like that. But that conviction he always gives you, man, that not even conviction at the point. It came to a point for me where even I wasn't even getting conviction, but he was always on my thoughts, man. He was always on my thoughts, and still is. And it's just like, I'm really gonna die in my rebellion. Like he's giving me all this knowledge and stuff like that, and I'm just going to turn back on him because it's more comforting, it's more soothing for me. And knowing that, for me, it's always just knowing that if I die now, the punishment will probably be worse for me because of what he has let me know, and I choose to reject it. And it's just like that everlasting, man, just knowing that it's forever. Once you're gone, it's forever. Of course, you know, the 7 days you see yourself and all the shame and stuff like that, and then it's just down there, man. You're just in shame and sorrow and all that stuff forever. You know, then judgment and then back down there. Yeah. So it's truly, truly Yahuwah's mercy, long-suffering, and grace that he has given to me and to all of us to really get it right. As Peter said, I can't remember which book of Peter, but as Peter said, that he desires not no man to be destroyed or cast into the lake of fire, but that all of us come to repentance. Truly, man, this long suffering he has. And I try to really implement that into being more patient with my family, where they don't understand how I got to this point in my life. So I need to really be a lot more patient and long suffering, as the Messiah, as the Father has been so long suffering and patient with me. So I'm really just trying to be a lot more stronger in walking in my actions than just being a speaker of it. Because truly, you know, these videos, they help other people, but it seems like it's not helping my family. They're not watching my videos like that. Maybe my grandmother, but aside from that, I really want my actions to be a lot more stronger and convicting to them. But as I continue to stay more obedient to the Father, hopefully through me, in my obedience, the light will shine upon them, and it might give them some type of conviction. So again, it's also about change, and just changing old habits of mine really got to go. It's really video games and music for me. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I didn't mean to make the video 13 minutes long, apologies, but everyone have a Baruch, a blessed day. Also, what I wanted to think about was, when it comes to these hashtags, we know our assembly now, brothers and sisters. We know the Father's name. But again, we must also be helpful to those who do not know his name. So when we say Yahuwah, Yahusha, or however you pronounce it, when we are trying to bring people into the light, bringing them closer to the Father, just watering, doing our part, watering the seed, or putting the seed in their mind and watering it a little bit through our ministry, our testimonies and stuff like that, etc. I believe putting the hashtags God and Jesus, I'm gonna start doing a little bit more of, because obviously when I put Yahuwah or Yahusha, it's only usually those who know him will come to it. So how am I helping those who don't know him get closer when they don't know his name? Does that make sense? Like, they're not gonna get this algorithm of Yahuwah and Yahusha in there unless someone put in their hashtag God or Jesus or Christianity, something like that. So I just believe that putting in the hashtag, I mean, we can say his name on the video. All I'm saying is that maybe we should just put hashtag Jesus or Christ or Christian in the hashtags at least, so that it brings people who don't know him, the other nations, it's just people who don't know him. They might scroll upon one of our videos, and then they hear us talking about the ministry or our testimony, etc. And then they hear Yahuwah, then they're like, Yahuwah, huh? That's interesting. It all works out. But yeah, I just felt like that was something I should say now, because when I start putting the hashtags, I don't need someone writing in the comment from the Assembly of Mashiach, oh, you're using Jesus Christ, or oh, you're using the Lord. Like, that's not his name, that's Baal. Yes, I know. I just want more people to wake up, because the point is that for us as the assembly, and as prophecy has said, that everyone will know. It's just at the end of the day, people have their own free will. We have to just see it and accept it as that. People have their own free will and their own choice to make. So they will know the truth. They will know his name. The whole world will know his name. It's just their own individual choices to make whether they want to serve him or not. Like I put in my Instagram videos, at the end of the day, the choice is yours. And this is the same. Everyone have a blessed week to come, or blessed week now. Till next time, shalom.